Kind of Late Show. I'm your Jesus. It's kind of feel like it's a dark corner for me today. Um. Whoa. Okay, we're back. Cool. Yay! Technical difficulties. That's old school.
Yay, that is classic.
Glad it's classic Kind of Late Show. I'm welcome to the Kind of Late Show. I am your host, Terence. I'm out of luck and I'm out of time.
Yeah.
I try and have like clever intros during the. So today we have a good show. We have
I
our
think I thought you were trying to tell us something.
we have our usual good old Jordan here and a new face, Sebastian, the
What's
wild
up?
stallion himself.
Wild Stallions.
Excellent.
He's trending.
Old school. He's trending. This is his second show he'll be appearing on online.
Yes, it is. It is. I am a frequent guest and a
Yep.
rare host.
So here we are, and now we have our group today. So it's me, Jordan, Sebastian. We got a good show for you lined up. Not very well planned out show, but it's gonna be a good show. See, my card is blank.
Oh.
That's how good the show's gonna be.
Fantastic.
So just hit that right. This is the last week's show. So let's hit up the light topic because the game just launched this past week. Elden Ring. You've been kind of playing it, not too many hours.
Not as zealously as most people, I
Yeah.
assume. But
I'm not into like any of the Dark Souls games, so I'm I'm not gonna touch it. It's not my jam.
yeah, it's out of your zone.
Yeah, I'm not into the
Oh,
games I
man.
can't beat.
I love them. It's funny though because I've never actually played the actual Dark Souls games. Like I have, but I've never finished them, and I didn't get very far because obviously like they're the hardest.
Yeah, they're hard as shit.
Yeah, so difficult, but they're awesome and I love them. But I definitely got into like the offshoots from that. Like I love Sekiro. I just recently beat Nioh, the first one, after playing it basically since it came out. And it took me this long to get through that one, but I loved it. So when I heard Elden Ring was coming out, I was super stoked.
Wait, did they just get back? Is Annika here?
Maybe.
Should we have Annika in the episode?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
If she's up for it.
Maybe. We just started. Yeah.
It's all about
Quick
the
intermission.
It's
Quick
all about the
intermission.
quest, though. I can see what you mean. It's not about the beating.
Well,
So no, it was not her. I think it was just Berlioz going into her room.
False alarm.
False
False
alarm. We have
alarm.
no fact checkers still. Annika generally acts as our fact checker because she'll be off screen.
mhm.
So,
Doing the fact checking.
yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, we don't care about facts. On
That
the
means we're
show.
writing the facts today.
Yeah. So
We are.
again,
We are the
Upgrading
truth
the-
speakers.
yeah.
we are
Elden Ring is we were just kind of talking about. You were
Yeah,
saying how
yeah.
it's
Oh, I was just getting on to how I've never actually played the original Dark Souls all the way through. I've played the second one and the third one, but I didn't get very far.
I have a
was-
really bad reason for why I didn't get into the series, which was, I think, on the first I'll let you finish, but on the first Dark Souls, I realized that it was like the trigger to like swipe the sword, and I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this.
You're like, no,
I'm not playing a game with these controls. No,
Nah,
I'm
yeah, I
out.
don't know. Is there even a way to?
I'm sure there, and that's the dumb part is I'm sure there's a way to just
But
change
you
the
were just like,
controls.
no.
But I was like, nah, this is the way it was intended to be played. I'm out.
You found it out and you took it.
Yeah.
Man. That's fine. I could respect that.
Yeah.
For me, like I just couldn't get through them without like summoning someone. But like I don't know what it is about Dark Souls specifically. Like I don't want to play those with someone. I want to get through them on my own. But like it took me a whole year to beat Nioh, which is significantly easier than Dark Souls. And I guess I'm just not good enough.
Hey,
Not good enough for that game at least. But
Okay.
I love the freaking offshoots. Elden Ring's been
get out of
amazing.
here. You are good enough.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I gotta
suck.
get back
Terrible.
to it. I gotta get back to it and see how I do now. Now that I finished the game from that studio.
I hate being like getting older because like when you were like, when you were good at being video games when
Man.
you're young, but now like you can feel like your reflexes kind of slow
Dude,
here
when
and there.
whenever I play Battlefield, like I used to be like an amazing sniper. Like I can get people like 200 plus meters away while they're running and like trying to get from cover to cover, and I have to like get them on the last fucking inch of a shot that I
now
have,
it's like
and I make it.
Like you
And now,
stop
like,
moving for 2 seconds,
dude,
the bro snipes you back.
they could stand still and like take their time lining me up, and I'll probably miss like my first 3 shots, and I'm just like, damn it, like what happened to it?
It's like, I'm finding myself like doing like this thing that my dad used to do when I played games with him when I was a kid, and he would like move and like physically.
Yeah,
now
like-
I'm like doing
like
the same
leaning
thing.
over,
We're like,
yeah.
why are you doing that? And it's like now I'm like, whoa. It's like, oh crap, I'm getting. My mind can't separate the two.
Yeah, it's
Oh, shit.
I don't know. You get really zoned in, and then you're like, I gotta lean left, I gotta lean right, it'll work.
Like have you seen like any of the videos of like people like getting too into like VR and they'll just like run into a wall or something?
Yeah, so many of those. Those are like my favorite.
I don't
VR
see how
videos.
you would do that. Like, you literally set up a perimeter before you even start.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
happens though.
It happens.
Immersion.
You get too immersed. You get too into it.
I
Yeah.
was like super into it when I was playing Oculus. I forget what it was called.
Everybody's gangster till a giant vampire lady's running after them in VR.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, but I don't know. I haven't played VR in a long time. The first time I did, it was like a little.
I don't think I've ever actually really done VR. Like that's something we talked about in an early episode was like kind of like metaverse shit and what that's gonna be like, and we're all pretty much like, oh, it's gonna be the Oasis. It's like Ready Player One. Like
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, like,
in an ideal scenario.
someone brought over an Oculus one time when I was in Hollywood, and then pretty much first I played Fruit Ninja, which is pretty easy. It's like the one you could play at fucking Dave and Buster's. But then there's this game called I think it's called Super Hot. As in you're in this I'm in this virtuality world, and then you just appear in this room, and then there's like people coming at you, and then every time you move they come at you like faster, so you have to think quick and fight them, and you kill everyone in the room, and then you appear in another room and there's a gun right in front of you, and you can, when you're using controls, you pick up the gun, and then you just literally just like shooting people and like ducking and then punching people and pistol whipping people and just like throwing.
Oh, I'm good right now.
You can throw items. Yeah, give me one. Yeah, that shit was crazy, and I was super into it. It's like a workout.
Yeah, VR
I
is super cool.
I was ducking and diving and fucking heavy breathing and fucking.
I mean, once we're there, we're there. Like
Yeah.
I'm in. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he had me go over to his house. He had the PlayStation VR, and they had just released like 2 of the missions from Ace Combat, which is, a jet fighting game. So you get to like be in the cockpit of the jet and like fly around, and you can like look up and look around, and you could see outside the cockpit and stuff. It's the coolest thing ever, and probably the closest I'll ever get to flying a jet. But definitely super dope.
the closest you'll get to being the ghost of Kiev.
Oh man, the guy goes hard.
It's so hard. It's almost like it's a simulation.
Almost.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well,
damn.
let's not talk too much on any of that situation.
Yeah. We'll change the topic real quick.
It's a fun show. So speaking of fun, have you either of you guys seen the new Batman movie?
Oh yes,
You've seen it?
I watched it last night.
Oh, so
man.
good.
I
So
loved
good.
it.
So good. So
Yeah,
good.
yeah, definitely. We're planning on it because I haven't gone to the movie theater. I was just talking to Seb, moving to Echo Park, and I'm like, damn, is there any movie theater that's like close?
Like the tiny racist in me wants to be like, Jordan, you would dig it the most.
What? Okay, don't.
Because Jim Gordon's black and
Yeah.
Catwoman's
Wow.
Zoe Kravitz.
Okay, yeah.
I just feel like there's a white
I
person out there be like, you would really love it, especially.
There's definitely someone.
But barely like Zoe Kravitz. Like, I probably like her in this.
She did a good job in this.
Exactly.
Everyone did a
like,
good job in it. It was,
but,
it was all around
definitely.
good movie. It was.
100%.
I don't think it's the best Batman movie ever. I still think that goes to The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But I think it was better than The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I was talking to my coworker, and I told him like it's definitely up there with The Dark Knight. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely
really
in the
good,
conversation. of
solid,
great
Batman,
Batman
movie.
movies.
Yeah.
And it had a good feel to it. It had a good noir crime thriller. feel
Yes,
to
man.
it.
In the first 5 minutes, I was like, I'm 100% in with this movie.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
Yeah, it was amazing, and there was a lot of Western like vibes to it too, and like a few shots I noticed.
Yeah, good detective vibe, good little. It was is a good solid Batman movie, and it was very much to me it genuinely felt more grounded than like the Dark Knight movies
Mm-hmm.
because those all kind of had like were fantastic in the technology sense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. I also enjoyed that. I really liked that. For once in his movies, in like the Batman movies, it focused more on him being a detective than like his computers being detectives.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because I felt like in The Dark Knight he was more of like a forensic investigator because he would cut out a
he'd
brick
look at
from the wall,
evidence, yeah.
reconstruct a bullet with his computer, and like yeah, that's detective work, but it's
that's
largely his computer doing it.
All right,
It's
but
technology.
as someone with no basis of concept of what detective work is like, I'd imagine that's something a detective hands to another person in a lab,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they do some science stuff with some goth girl in a lab coat.
Yeah, exactly. I loved that show, by the way. So good. NCIS.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Classic.
exactly what it's
Classic.
about. It's like what is he?
Amazing.
What's it? Oh,
But it is also Gotham, so the goth girl in the lab coat's actually very likely.
Yeah, most likely. At the very least, she's a Gothamite.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But yeah, I loved so much. I would love to talk more about it.
Yeah, I don't
other
want
than
to
like the vibes and stuff, but I don't want to ruin
I don't
anything
want to
for
ruin it
Jordan.
for Jordan,
Yeah.
but I
Or-
do know
or
that
anyone
I'm like
watching.
looking for like a movie theater that's close to like
Well,
my spot, and it's like
and I do have that's
guess
not I
it's
didn't
the
want to talk
Regal.
about the movie exactly. What I wanted to talk about was in the UK there's been this whole or there was a controversy. I think it's still kind of I don't know how much it's really going on because again I haven't been following this too much. I've been following it through like kind of movie outlets that follow cinema. And the rating for this is why we need Annika. The rating for the Batman in the UK is essentially like the equivalent of an R rating here. So movie theaters like, well, like this is gonna limit the amount of people that can see the movie. Like, can't we like make a new rating? And cinemas were like, no, the movie's too graphic. And
Dang.
I see that it has like themes of like prostitution and murder and like it's like gruesome murder. It's like
Yeah, there's some scenes.
I
where
think
they
it's
show stuff.
definitely some like it definitely murder wise or like the most graphic Batman movie we've had.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's.
'Cause,
I
like,
feel like
After like that first kill and like that like this is like a bit of a spoiler, but
Mhm.
there's like a murder in like the first 5 minutes of the movie,
mhm.
and you're just like, whoa, shit! They like,
they set the vibe.
yeah, it 100% totally. You're like, okay, well this, I'm in it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly what I was saying, man.
Yeah,
After that first scene, I was like, let's go. And then you just hear Nirvana playing as he's riding his bike. Solid. But now we gotta change the subject.
Annika kept talking shit about the Nirvana placement the whole time.
I mean,
I liked it. I've been sitting here like playing Arkham Knight, listening to the song, just standing in the rain. It's like, yeah,
yes, it suits Batman so well, man.
yeah,
He's a tragic guy. He's sad.
yeah. But I wanted to get more into that rating, the discussion about the movie rating and stuff, because like when do you guys think it's actually kind of appropriate for, these types of films to be viewed by quote or quote younger audiences? And what are younger audiences? Because I think all of us here, like, we remember seeing like a graphic rated R movie or so, like as a kid. Like, I remember
Every now and then, maybe accidentally, and my parents are pretty much on to that, not letting me watch that shit.
because like I remember being like young and like seeing The Matrix for the first time, and The Matrix was
Yeah.
rated R. Like the first Matrix movie was
Yeah.
rated R. That's a graphic movie. You're like, what? It's a mind fuck. for, like-
Yeah,
A child.
Yeah.
but
Uh-huh.
it really is just like at this same time, you really weren't paying attention to all that fucking between the lines. You really just like do the dodge a bullet thing. That just
The CGI
come on, let's
was-
get to that
was-
part.
yeah.
Let's get to that part already. Get to the
bullet
fight.
time. Get to the
Yeah,
slow-mo.
get to the
Yeah.
fighting scenes. Damn it.
I feel like
Okay, with all
younger
this-
audiences were for sure enamored by all that.
Yeah.
That was for sure.
I also vividly remember seeing The Matrix, and like my mom's really religious, so
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot, but like I had my opportunities, and I
Yeah.
took them, and I saw some movies I shouldn't have, or when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the rating system needs to be, readjusted because children are exposed to a lot more a lot earlier now.
Mhm.
Well, and I
And
think
like
there's
I don't mean it to say that like that's okay, but
Yeah.
like I feel like there are more serious
They'll be
topics
like,
that younger children
yeah, they'll
should
be like,
be exposed to.
whatever, I've seen worse on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's that whole mentality now, and it's
Well, and I've been having like, because again, I play a lot of video games, so I've kind of been having this whole mental, you know, I guess thought experiment really, or thought art debate. Um, what happens when our society glorifies, violence and entertainment, video games, movies, and such, and then still treat sex as a taboo, because it's like you're still gonna get less,
yeah,
sex. You're still getting less sex in movies than you were in like the 1990s and the 80s. So what happens when you're still treating sex like a taboo and you're glorifying all this violence? Well, you're gonna get
killing,
some violent, sexually repressed individuals.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
it is what's designates what should be seen by younger audiences, and what are these appropriate things. And
well, when I was bringing it up, I specifically mean like more mature topics and like mental health and like and like how to interact with the world and other people in general.
Yeah, living like the Matrix, that's a whole existential.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Because I definitely was enamored by CGI initially, but like because of that, I was watching that movie over and over.
Yeah.
And very early on, especially because my mother was religious, I was like, there's a lot of like biblical references in this, and like that was probably my first like exposure to like a Hollywood movie that had like hyper symbolism in it. And I don't know if I was better for it or not, but like I feel like watching rated R movies and stuff that covered more serious topics when I was younger helped me be more of a critical thinker at an earlier age,
See, and that's a really good way to put it, because
yeah,
no, and like I'm a big person that's kind of like against a lot of forms of censorship. Like if like there's anything that should be censored in the world, it's like obviously just like CP, but like I don't even want to say it because it's but
yeah. It's like,
you should, like, I'm a big, like, one of the things they say a lot is like, oh, but you can't say fuck on the radio.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, yeah, you still can't say,
like, you listen to like on some channels they'll like censor out "God damn it" on the radio, and it's
yeah. There'll be certain words, mentioning a gun. Yeah, you can't say something gun on the radio. Reference a gun or nothing.
Oh,
like that.
I'll give a shout out to our friend Ryan. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Ryan!
Oh shit!
Damn, I haven't talked to Ryan in so long. I miss that guy.
You guys talk for a minute. I gotta text Ryan back.
Text Ryan back. Tell him we're all saying hi.
Tell him to say happy birthday. Wait,
happy birthday.
I can text him too. I keep forgetting.
I cannot. I don't have his number.
Last time he called me, he told me he was drunk and he just called it saying he wanted to say hi.
Oh, he misses you.
Yeah, no. I wish I could drink with him too. Now he drinks more than ever.
Not for the right reasons, though.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, and I get mad at him. I'm like, bro, just switch to beer. You can drink more and you'll get less drunk.
Yeah.
What's the fun in
Let's
that?
not talk about our friend's visible drinking problems.
Damn.
Slams beer on ground.
It's his damn birthday. You better.
Yeah, he's like, you better.
If there's a day
better
he should be
drinking.
getting drunk, it's today.
Great dad.
Yeah, we always, because I met his kids, and his kids are great. I love his kids.
Nice, that's awesome.
They're awesome. They're totally just one of them looks just like him. So
that's awesome.
It's so good.
It's fucking fantastic.
They're smart too. They're like deviously smart. They're great kids. They're great kids. So, but again, with him having kids, again, we don't have kids, but we have pets. So we definitely understand when younger ages should see these movies.
Yeah, of course.
We definitely have a skid in this conversation. Yeah.
We could talk about the development of a growing human.
Yeah, that's definitely something we know about.
Yes. I mean, we lived through it. At least. We got that much expertise.
I feel like we're pretty well developed.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that either, man.
That's not for.
I try not to gauge myself too much.
Yeah, me to decide.
It's not for me to say, but sure, so not for others to say either.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. Drinking to that.
Hey,
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Hey, you're not gonna see this till next week, but happy belated birthday.
Happy belated.
You heard it from me this morning, so. It's
So
like,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's where I stand in that whole thing. You know, I think people need to reevaluate exactly what kids are getting exposed to, because, you know,
because one way or
parent
another,
protection only goes so far.
yeah, one way or
like,
another, they're gonna
Yeah.
see it.
yeah, but especially, you know, kids have phones now,
Yeah.
and it's one thing for,
And
for you to
laptops.
put a blockage on their phone for
Mhm.
internet access or whatever websites access, but at the end of the day, like, other parents don't give a shit half the time.
Yeah.
Well, not half the time. I don't know. That's me generalizing. Point
Mm.
being, some people don't give a shit,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
those kids go to the same school as your kids, and there's a very high chance they'll see some. One of the first times I saw porn was because some kid at my school had a PSP with porn downloaded on it, and
That
I
is-
feel like so many people
That is
have that exact same story.
that is totally the standard, because everyone's like your story of like when you first got access to like Wi-Fi or internet on your PSP. So, did you try looking at porn?
yeah,
Like everyone has that
a
story.
lot of
It's like,
yeah, or if they don't, they just know someone who was like, "Hey, check this out," and it's
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
I bought I bought an iPod from a guy, and it had like 2 porn videos on it. It was like, hey, do you know those are my brother put them on there.
It was my
It's
brother.
cool,
Yeah,
man.
they always said it was an older brother. It's always the
It's
older
like,
brother.
you're an only child.
It's
It's
like,
like, no, you haven't met him.
you're the oldest.
He goes to another
He
school.
is the older brother.
It's like he goes to another school. It's like, what continuation school? We're in fucking high school. Like,
Classic other school
Yeah.
alibi.
Nah. First time I saw porn is like pretty awful.
Damn.
It was I didn't know how to read yet, and
Damn.
but I knew how to put VHS tapes in the VCR.
Oh no.
man.
So I thought it was
you just thought you were watching Star Wars.
yeah,
You put on Star
yeah,
Wars.
yeah, shit like that. Exactly. I still didn't even understand what was going on. I kind of was like, this isn't Winnie the Pooh, and I took it out.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a Butters moment for sure.
Yeah, so
My
That-
precious.
Yeah.
that happened, and yeah, that's the first time and then I didn't even realize what it was till like
Way later. Yeah.
way later. I was like, oh, that was porn.
Like, dang, I definitely shouldn't have seen that.
Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have seen that, but this shit happens.
Do you think you would have been able to avoid it if you were able to read already?
Yes. I would definitely
read it
say
like,
this
no.
not Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, that's not how you spell that. Power
Like,
Rangers, nope.
It's like, that is definitely Drunken Hussy
Aladdin,
3 is
no.
definitely not the search for Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
This is not what I. Yeah, crazy.
Well, yeah,
Happens.
that's why I think people need
That's
to
the
be
classic.
like,
That's the
maybe-
classic. Kids stumbling on porn. You leave magazines and video tapes around.
I think the sweet spot is like 10 to like 13.
Like that preteen, that hormonal area. Like that's when
Yeah,
it's okay
like,
to start introducing
Happened,
shit's
those
starting
things.
to come
happened
up.
way before
They're
that.
having their new like
Oh
new
no, like
things
if
happen,
you
new
like
thoughts.
Yeah,
if,
but
you,
yeah,
if you like see like hardcore porn before you really start developing your hormones, it's a little traumatic.
Yeah.
It's
See, I didn't even think so. I guess I was traumatized. I really just didn't ignored it and be like,
you're just like, well, this is definitely isn't what I was.
yeah, this is not what I was
It's not
trying to
you
watch.
want. Yeah, you're like, I'm
I
looking
didn't.
at it for something else.
I didn't like stare at it and watch it. I kind of just like, what is going on here? And then
No, because I totally remember
next,
like seeing a clip or two when I was young. I'm like, this definitely is not what I'm not supposed to be looking at this.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it was that. It's like I'm not supposed to see this. I thought I was like, this is not what I want to see at all.
No, I totally remember having to I shouldn't be looking at
No.
this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like once he pulled out his little PSP, he was like, "Hey, check this out." I like looked at it, saw what it was, registered what it was, and I was like, "All right," and I just gave it back.
It's like, I like in my own time, man, in my own time.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm not here yet." Like that's all you, dog. Was not about it.
So, and I think honestly, like porn is something that oh yeah, that's obviously something that should be meant for adults. But
Yeah. Absolutely. But like
Well,
Batman, I would let my kid watch that movie.
yeah, like the Batman. Yeah, maybe like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I had like a
Yeah,
10 year
like
old,
again,
I'd be
going back
like,
to like
you're
that
good.
10-year-old range, because that's when you just really
But
start.
I'd let him know. I'd be like, look, this movie might be scary. There's a scary bad guy.
It's like there's
Are we
just, it's
good?
a little.
Are you good with that? And if
Yeah.
they're like, I want to see it, I'd be like, all right, let's go.
All right,
What if they just ask like scary like how?
I'd be like, yeah, like I don't know, man, just
He-
scary.
He's not scary like a big monster, but it's scary.
Yeah, it is scary, dude.
and that's kind
They
of
modeled the
makes
they
it
modeled
more
Riddler.
scarier because it makes it seem like it could be like a real thing that could happen. It's not like, oh yeah, monsters are real. It's more like, oh yeah, someone could be.
Oh yeah, they gave like Riddler Zodiac killer vibes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they
Yeah.
modeled him after him, and then also I don't know. I also thought of BTK too, but that's probably just because his glasses.
Yeah, everyone was saying that the movie had like Seven vibes,
Yeah, it did. It
which
did.
I haven't seen Seven. So
I think it was definitely, dancing into the genre of a thriller.
no, and I love a good
Yeah,
thriller. That's
me
why
too.
I was like,
It was absolutely good, and I could say, having seen Seven, at a very young age, I might add, it was definitely close to those vibes. Seven's definitely more gruesome, but it's the same vibes. Just because there's like a whole lot going on, you don't really know like what's tying everything together, and then you get the big picture, and you're like, boom.
Goddamn. Yeah. I'm probably gonna see it soon. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope you
Set
do.
Set the
I
date.
yeah,
I
Set the
can't
date.
wait. Can't wait to talk about it again.
yeah, it's good. It's a good little.
Yeah,
it's a crime
I'm
thriller.
sure. I just haven't been to the movie theaters in a cool minute.
Oh yeah, you haven't been really going much to. You guys saw You saw Spider-Man at least, though, right?
Yeah. I saw that in theaters.
Like that was the
Um,
movie that like brought me back to the theaters because like I saw like a few
I
movies
saw
during the pandemic.
yeah. I
when
saw
I could, 'cause-
random ass movies I didn't really enjoy. Oh, I didn't enjoy Venom too.
I didn't see Venom 2.
No,
I saw Venom too. I liked it.
It's okay.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was too funny. Kind of made Venom seem like
They doubled down on like the
the
comic.
bromance. It was a
vibes.
bromance. It was
Yeah.
it was like
Well,
a
I think that's-
bromance movie.
I'm going with like the doubling down comic-y vibes. I think like that's kind of what's interesting about where we're at in like comic movies right now,
Mm-hmm.
because an educated comic reader is going to be like, oh, that felt like you sat there and said it had a comic-y vibe. We're not, and me like we're talking about the Batman. It's like, well, me and I were talking about like this had like a
Okay.
straight comic book vibe.
Yeah,
Like this is
I
what a
did-
good Batman comic should feel like.
I did have that exact thought like very early on in the movie. I was like, this reminds me of like some of the comics I've read,
yeah, it reminds you of, like Year
because
One.
it gave me the same like sort of anticipation, the same investment, and like 100%.
And
Like,
the-
it's way more Nor. Like it's
like,
different.
There was a whole like him narrating at the beginning. It's like you
Yeah.
kind of wanted to be thrown off by it, but at the same time, it's like, but if you're reading a comic book, he's gonna
That's
be.
it. That's the
There's,
monologue.
there's narration that's
Exactly. Yeah.
gonna. So
It was awesome, dude, because I just think like everything really supported that whole aspect of it. Especially like the color palette, the cinematography, it was all just really unified together to give you like that vibe of like a good Batman comic book. But I don't know. For Venom, I feel like it's more Marvel comic-y, and like
yeah, and
Marvel comics have a different
in
vibe
the
from
fun
DC.
comic kind of way.
Exactly, yeah. Because I always felt like DC was always more down to do like darker stories,
Yeah.
and their movies typically are darker, and Batman is in that alley.
Yeah.
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 Pun intended.
Yeah.
His, Bruce Wayne, his whole thing.
Yeah.
He's an alley. His parents were killed in the alley.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't.
What, too soon?
He can't. He can't make it out the alley.
Man, there I go again, making jokes about orphans.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah. So you were talking about haven't been to the movies much, and
Yeah. I saw. What's that movie called? Card Counter.
Card Counter.
Yeah, it has Oscar Isaac.
Oh, okay.
Tiffany Haddish.
I don't even think I heard about this movie, but
Yeah, it's kind of dull because it's pretty much just about him. He's like an ex. He was in the army or something, and then he was in Guantanamo Bay, and then got like exposed for corruption, and he's kind of like haunted by that, and he was just doing his job, whatever. I was just a soldier doing his duty, and after he did his time for that, he's just a guy who goes to casinos, travels casinos in America, and does like card counting. He doesn't like make.
That
He does,
actually honestly sounds like it's probably like a pretty decent
yeah,
movie.
he did.
Like,
You know, it was kind of, yeah, it was a good cast. You know, also had Willem Dafoe. He was like the old sergeant that didn't get in trouble. He kind of just like had the soldiers like take the blame.
see, that's what's
But
like weird when you hear about movies like this. It's like,
yeah,
but like blockbusters take center stage all the time now.
yeah. It was. That's pretty much all it was. He was just like going to casinos, and I guess Tiffany Haddish recruited him to do some big contest or whatever, and he's just pretty much poker. No, was it blackjack?
Blackjack is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
card counting one.
yeah.
Well, I guess you can.
Or I
Probably,
think he,
I think you can card
I think
count
it was
in
a
any of
poker
them, huh?
contest, but he was
Yeah.
literally just playing blackjack in casinos, and he didn't. He was just doing it enough to like get by. He wasn't like winning big. He was just keeping it modest, and then it was his chance to actually like win something big, and then yeah, I guess it was just kind of weird because it wasn't about the contest. It was more about, oh, what's that? I don't know his name, but the guy from Ready Player One, he was like mad at Willem Dafoe for some reason, I forget, and then wanted to kill him, and then I guess it was he tagged along for some reason. It was kind of confusing.
And that was Jordan's review and retrospective of the movie Card Counter.
Card counter.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch it. Just watch it, and am I tripping? Because I just want to know. It's like, is this like it's? I don't know if it's bad or I just was. Maybe I was just too high and too drunk. I kind of think I fell.
You couldn't dig it.
Yeah, I couldn't dig it. I think I fell asleep
Didn't
a little bit.
vibe with your buzz.
Yeah, I didn't vibe my buzz. It was way deeper than I thought it would be because the whole him being in Guantanamo Bay and everything, it just haunted him and everything. He had PTSD pretty much.
I just hear Harold and Kumar, George Bush in the back. Ah, shit,
Yeah.
G-Bay.
Exactly. But yeah, you know, if you ever get a chance to watch it,
Yeah, I mean, I said it sounded like an interesting
yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's something definitely different than what's being just spewed out these days. Superhero movies.
I'm trying to think if I've seen anything other than like Venom 2 and stuff.
I mean, like, did you see Dune?
Dune. Oh yeah.
Dune.
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
I like
liked it.
Dune.
Dune was good.
Yeah,
like,
Dune was awesome.
Dune was good.
like that was again. I wasn't expecting it to be like really good because I wasn't like super into the lore or anything. But like I was like, I kind of feel like I need. I believe in last time I saw you, me and Danny had this conversation. I feel like I need to get into the lore and read the books. But
Yeah, me and Danny were listening to the audiobook.
yeah, I found this channel where like the dude like it was like in like 45-minute videos did reviews of like each book. So like I like got good details of like what the plots were and like only to find out it's like wait, so like everyone's just hyped on the first book. They're not even getting into like the rest of them with all the
Nope.
godworm shit.
No, yeah, they're just starting.
Everyone's like, no, man. It's like, well, it's all about Paul. No, it's not. He's only like the main character in 2 books.
yeah, I'm super stoked for them to continue that.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for the
It's crazy because another movie that Oscar Isaac was in.
yeah. Oscar Isaac's in everything.
He's
right now.
been yeah, he's hot right now.
I get mad because I know for a fact I could have been Poe Dameron.
Yeah, I see it.
No, like I when we were in high school when we were doing drama, one time there was a casting director that came to like the school because our teacher invited her.
Mm.
So me and I don't know if you remember Sergio, Evie's friends with Nina. So but we both got tapped. So like she wanted us to audition for this movie.
Nice.
And this movie went on to be like nominated for like best foreign film
nice.
because it was but the caveat was we would have had to speak Spanish, so both of us were like no.
Dang.
So we didn't like wind up, but like I know for a fact there's an alternate universe where
Where
I
you
did do the
that,
movie,
yeah.
and then I became fucking Poe Dameron, and I've
Dude.
been sitting there shilling for all the fucking Star Wars movies.
Hell yeah, that's like.
And
a
now
good
I'm like, man,
universe
like
to be in.
man, now fucking now he's gonna be fucking Moon Knight, and like man,
Yo, I cannot.
like
wait.
I could have been Moon Knight.
I cannot wait for Moon Knight.
It's
Man.
like I would have been happy to like sit there and be like, oh yeah, man, me and Finn, man, we got the greatest bromance, yeah. So I would have been happy to do all that shit on fucking. But no, what could have been?
Another life.
Yeah, another life, another time.
Yeah.
The multiverse.
Yeah, I mean, I would still watch all your movies, bro. I'm sure I'd love you as
Thanks.
much as I love him. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love the roles he's in. If he's in a movie, I'm usually like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And that's
I
if
mean,
I'm not interested. But
yeah.
typically, he's in movies I'm already interested in.
I'm like a little hit on Mr. Moon Knight, but that's because I read like what's everyone's now regarding as like the best Moon Knight run, which is the Warren Ellis run in like I think 2012, 2013. It might have been 2014, but it just hands down like the best Moon Knight run. It's only like 6 issues, but I just know that's not what we're gonna get. The TV show comes out, so it's like all right.
Damn, that sucks. I just am excited to see it. Cause
Oh no, I'm still gonna
he's
watch it.
great actor. I
Yeah.
want to watch him lose his mind.
Yeah, no, it's and he is a good actor because with like no, he was in Sucker Punch, and he plays like he's the bad guy in Sucker Punch. He plays like the creeper,
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and he's the bad guy in it.
That's awesome. Makes 100% sense that
Yeah,
like, he's
and-
in some old shit that I like too.
yeah. So, and it's always nice to see like actors like okay, no, like it's like well, why are they getting all these roles? Well, because they fucking put in the work and they fucking
Yeah.
they mail it in every
Then,
fucking
yeah,
time.
they've been in some shit that's
Yeah.
just fucking kind of obscure. Sucker Punch is not.
It's not super mainstream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
it's not the
mainstream,
most
yeah.
mainstream movie at all.
Yeah.
I remember when there was a lot of marketing for it, but I
Yeah.
still feel like a lot of
came
people
out at
haven't
the
seen
same
it.
time as Kick Ass.
Ah, that's why.
So and
Yeah.
everyone went
I
to
think
go see
I
Kick
think
Ass.
people like confuse it sometimes.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
this great review where the dude compared Inception to Sucker Punch in
Mhm.
terms of like the way that like filmmakers can handle dreams within dreams and all that stuff. And like one's kind of like a far more masculine take where everything's like super organized and like finite. You know, here's what we're doing step by step, and the other one's kind of like chaotic and more creative and like plays a lot more into like the feminine and obviously Inception being the masculine and
Yeah.
so it's kind of nice to see because they came out in like the same year. So
Yeah.
I think Inception I think was like 2010, 2011.
I
Don't
don't
ask-
remember.
don't
Yeah,
ask-
The
don't
only
ask-
reason we need Annika.
Yeah,
Don't-
that was more than 10 years ago. I don't know.
Don't ask me.
Don't
that.
ask me.
It was some years ago. And
Yeah.
I agree. Sucker Punch was super chaotic, but I loved it.
Oh yeah, no, the fucking soundtrack is.
Oh man.
It's
And then
it's
just
a
the
good
whole
movie.
aesthetic of it. It
Yeah,
was-
if you haven't seen Sucker Punch, see Sucker Punch.
Yeah, visually entertaining for sure.
Yeah.
Even if you don't give a shit about the story, but you should because it's
Yeah.
a really good
and
story.
what's nice is actually it's a pretty bare bones simple story.
Yeah, it's not even like that.
It's not
that intricate.
it's not super complicated. It's not a lot of twists and turns. There's twists and turns, but it's not like
Yeah, it's nothing.
it's not like oh got you ah.
No, yeah. So they're like, here's the bad guy, here's the situation, and here's her objective, and then you watch her go get it.
I think it's like the best case. It's probably the best version done of like action scenes for no reason at all.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Because it's like here's like that's literally all it is. It's like here's your mission. Here's an action scene for the mission with like just no context.
Yeah, exactly. It's
But like just
alright,
have
cool.
fun. Okay, yeah, I'm there.
yeah, now you're like running through trenches and shit.
Right. It's like it's one of the only movies with actual Nazi zombies in it. So.
Yeah, so good.
Right, or I guess they're just like German zombies, but whatever. Well, they're
Safe.
fighting it with a mech suit.
It's safe to say they're Nazis
Yeah, definitely.
if they're like
It was
zombies.
definitely the vibe the scene was going for.
Because you don't know, you can't be too sure.
Yeah.
Can't be too sure.
See, like I'd say like Sucker Punch is a good coming of age film. Like to come back around to like the whole like that's a good young person's film. Like whether
Yeah.
like young girl, young male, that's because you'll enjoy it for different reasons. If you're a young female, you'll enjoy it because you'll connect with the characters and it's a strong female empowerment story. And then if
Yeah.
you're a young boy, well, there's a lot of action and cute girls in it, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be a
you're
good
gonna
movie.
Be like, this is cool.
Yeah, and then
I
at a-
didn't know girls can kick butt too.
yeah, well, I mean, watch
Like, yeah,
fucking Power
no shit.
Rangers,
Yeah,
but
exactly. No,
like-
yeah. Hopefully that's not the kid's first experience to
They
a
still-
female hero.
they
But
s-
what
they-
Power Rangers?
well, no.
Oh,
I mean,
Sucker Punch. Oh
yeah.
yeah, no, I'd hope
Or
not.
just like that old.
I'm like, what? I'm like,
yeah.
why? I'm like, why
you get
Power
through,
Rangers? Like,
get through
what's?
10 years of existing
I was
without
like-
seeing a woman
yeah.
do something good.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
I was like, I mean,
it's
I
kid-
was watching the Pink Ranger and the Yellow Ranger kicking ass, and I was growing up, so
Me too.
it's had some strong role
I'm
models.
pretty sure it's still like that.
All right, there was the time Zordon got replaced with a female.
I don't remember that.
In Power Rangers Turbo, he was replaced by a female because he got kidnapped by the bad guys.
I don't remember a lot of that, but
I was super into
movie, right?
No,
It wasn't in the movie. Cause I
No,
just
it wasn't in the
remember.
movie. In the Turbo movie, that's when they had like the Ewok thing. Yeah.
I remember the lava monster too, but I'm still a little fuzzy. I like
Yeah.
Turbo.
A fun fact: Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, is the only Power Rangers movie that is actually canon.
What?
The
None, the rest of
The
them
Mighty
are?
Morphin Power Rangers with Ivan Ooze is not canon.
What?
Yeah, in the show there was a whole other plot where they did other ninja powers with this dude Ninjor. Yeah,
I had no idea.
the-
And I love that. That's like the one I remember.
I love the movie with Ivan Ooze. Complete lie,
yeah.
total fabrication. We
That's
made it up.
awesome. We made it up. Yes.
We made it all.
Oh man. On
complete
that note,
fiction.
my mom and my sister had like a huge Mandela effect moment when Betty White died.
I had a Mandela effect moment last week on the show, so
Oh,
I
nice.
understand entirely.
That's awesome. No, yeah, I felt bad because I had a Mandela moment like way early on in my life, and like they both, my mom and my sister, very vividly remember like having a moment where Betty White died and it was on the news or whatever, and they're like, yeah, like we told you, and you were like, oh, that sucks. Like one of my favorite old ladies is dead, or whatever. They said I said something along those lines. And I was like, I don't remember that at all. Like, I'm pretty sure this last time that she died was the first time that she died.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, like it was all over the news. Like me and mom both know. Like we remembered you were there. And I was like, nope. And they were like having straight up existential crises like right there. And I was just like kind of laughing. I'm like, you guys are so funny. Like,
He's like, yo, this shit just happened. What are you guys talking about? It just
Yeah.
happened this year, or like the end of before this year.
It's like
Yeah.
if people thought Betty White had already died, believe me, we would know.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
be a
if
thing.
it was a hoax, like
Yeah.
everyone would know immediately. Like,
Yeah,
it would
so,
make
Like
the rounds on the
literally every
news.
time she would trend, everyone would get on Twitter, would be super scared and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh no!"
Like I don't wake up people to tell someone that a celebrity died. I woke up people to tell them that's Betty White died.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't cared that much since Robin Williams died. I was like, damn.
Come on, I'm pretty sure there's been some people that've been like, "Oh, that hurts."
Man, I can't think of anyone.
Kobe.
I mean, it was sad, but I wasn't like
Damn, see?
emotionally
Like a hardcore,
distraught or
oh.
anything.
Yeah, it's just
I
was-
respected him.
it's
Like,
just
he
bad- it's
was
just
for
bas-
sure another level of athlete,
Yeah.
and he inspires a lot of people for good reason.
I know David Bowie had me sad.
Yeah, me
Right.
too.
I don't
Me
remember if
too.
that was
That's
before or
true.
after Robin Williams.
Oh man, there's been a lot of good ones dying.
Yeah.
Good celebrities that have died. Musicians.
That's
I think
what
I'm
That's
usually
what happens
sadder
when you
about
have like a
musicians.
lot of good celebrities.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's like we had a lot of like I'm not gonna be mad in like 20 years when everyone's doing all those celebrities are dying out.
Yeah, definitely gonna care less at that
No,
point.
it's like after Michael King goes, like I ain't gonna care anymore.
Like, all right, that's the last one.
that was it.
Like,
I know,
time to
I,
wash
like-
my hands of Hollywood. Don't care
It's
about the
like
rest.
Clooney, Pitt, I'll be like, damn.
Like, bummer.
the time.
That's what I'll say. Just
Yeah.
damn. Wow. I'll say wow.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow, I outlived him.
Right.
Fuck, make me feel old. You know what made me feel old? When fucking I'm working at Halal and then fucking Mandy Moore comes on. Remember Mandy Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, hey, you remember Mandy Moore? He's like, yeah, she was hot. When white girls were on top of that time. The early 2000s. You could be the skinny white girl without tits and all that stuff, and then still being like the hottest thing and ever.
It's like I know I'm old because like Hit Me Baby One More Time came on KRS 101 today,
Oh God.
and I totally had forgot like that era of Britney Spears because in my head like I'm listening to Oops I Did It Again.
Mhm.
She's on fucking Mars in the red jumpsuit, and they're like, no, this is the one where she's in the schoolgirl outfit.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, oh my god, that was right, that was a thing. And I was
Yep.
like, oh man, that's
And then they almost now I'm thinking about it. They kind of just sound the same. I can't even think of the melodies right
they
now.
totally sound the same. I was like, but I'm like, I totally
Yeah,
thought this was
there's-
the same song, and Annika was like, I understand entirely that makes
Yeah,
sense.
like Hit Me Baby One More Time and Oops I Did It Again. Yeah, damn, they really. I can't even. Wow, what?
Yeah, it's like you're trying to think about it. And
I'm
like,
trying to just think about
But
it.
they
Oh,
just-
that if it's different, but it's not.
It's hard for me because all I remember are those verses. Like, that's it. I don't remember anything else in the song.
right, just
But I remember the melodies.
and I just like.
And they're pretty close.
I just want just give me the mix of them together because like we all know it'd be straight fire. Like,
Yeah, those little song mashups. I love when they do
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna like. What are we gonna pretend that I wouldn't be good? Nah, just throw it in. Just do it. Just fucking do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
Like
One of the viewers.
one of the like the best dance shows, because like I used to like doing a lot of dance shows, like just when I was doing tech and production and stuff.
Mhm.
So one of the best like routines I ever saw was when I was working at Rio, and like there was the dance team, and they did a whole like 10-minute homage to Britney Spears. And it was actually like really well done, and like I was sitting there like, I didn't realize she had all these hits over the years. Because again, obviously, I was like in my
Yeah.
early 20s, and I like stopped caring what Britney Spears was doing when I was like 8.
Yeah.
So
was-
so I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, these are like some pop bangers, man.
yeah, you
Like,
couldn't really escape it. you
yeah,
know?
it's just good tunes, man.
That whole era, like a lot of all those musicians that got really popular on the pop lists.
Mhm.
Like
Oh yeah, no,
I could hear any of those songs from that time, and I'd fucking remember hearing it on the radio at some point.
if I like sat here and like listened to like old NSYNC, I'd be like, no, this is the shit. This is
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah. It's
like-
it's the member berries, man.
Yeah,
You're just
it's-
like, yes.
It's not even the member berries. It's that the music was that
the
good.
music was also good.
It's
yeah,
like
that's
it's like
true.
no, it's like there's a reason all this shit was that popular.
Yeah.
There's a reason the hype was all there. It's like when you watch like an old Super Bowl halftime show. It's like, was this hype? And it's like, yeah, this was hype.
Yeah, it was awesome. That whole era of music.
Which did you watch the Super Bowl with?
Man, you want to know something great? I went to the shop that day to pick up because I don't care about football and stuff.
Yeah,
And the last time I had cable, all I really cared about was the Puppy Bowl because dogs, obviously. Point being, I went to the shop to pick up that day. I happened to get to the shop right as the halftime show started. So these guys had their laptop hooked up to the speakers in the shop, and they were just bumping fucking like all the music and shit. And I walk in, and I'm like, "Oh damn, this is sick!" And we're just watching 50 Cent hanging from a ceiling in a
Yeah.
shop, and I'm like, "This is dope."
Yo, look, is that 50s?
Yeah, I'm like, "Why is he
Yeah,
upside down?"
yeah.
And like, they can't even hear me because the
What
music's just
who
blasting.
said why are they upside down?
No, that was me. I was like, "What?" the
What
fuck?"
you never seen in the club music video?
Nah, probably not.
That's
We were just laughing because like there's all the chicks dancing around him, and I just made the comment like, look at him, he's not touching a single one. 2000s 50 would have been all over those girls. This 2022 50 is like, these girls are all old enough to be one of my kids.
he's like, not this time.
And then like right as I said that, he like made this face like kind of like backed off a bit. It was like, oh man, this is too
Yeah.
good.
The exact thought ran through his head.
a lot of people were just like, "Why is he upside down? Why is he upside down?" It's like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah, I never saw the music video.
it's a.
I was, you know what? It was when that song came out. Like, my mom wasn't about that whole scene.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it was
that's
just the
clearly.
shock of like oh my god, is that 50 Cent? Wait, why is he entering upside down?
Yeah.
It only makes sense. It's
It-
just
Yeah,
whatever.
That was 20
Whatever.
years ago, Jordan.
whatever. I get it. I don't know. I just remember watching MTV jams and music videos while eating dinner. That's just what we would watch.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It's
It was,
when
it
Nelly
was
was on
great.
top, 50 Cent was on top, Ludacris.
Oh yeah, Ludacris too.
God
It
damn.
was,
Good
it was
times,
sick.
good times,
The
good
halftime
times.
show though it was great. I was in the
Yeah, that was
shop.
pretty good.
Got interrupted though because this guy, I guess he's like their boss or the manager. He walks in and he starts yelling at these dudes like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, fucking serve him!" Blah blah blah.
Oh,
And then they're like, "Oh, all right, blah blah blah." They lower the music and they're like, "All right, like, what do you want?" I'm like, "Hold on." And I'm just watching their laptop. And then the dude comes in and yells at them again, and they're like, all right, chill. And then I'm like, all right, fuck it. I get my shit and I start leaving. And there's like a line of people outside waiting to fucking
Oh,
pick up. I felt so
So
bad.
he wasn't. Yeah, it's like he wasn't. Yelling
They're
at-
all outside like,
he
we're
was
missing the
yelling at
halftime show.
It's like-
He's not
he-
even about that. He's like, there's people waiting.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. It's not about like he wasn't even really yelling at them. He was telling you to get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, damn.
Get this guy the fuck out of here and fucking.
Yeah, the best part was that
Yeah.
like they even tried, and I was like, hold up, like this is
Yeah.
sick.
You fucking. You held up the line.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah, that
said.
was my bad. That was
You
my
said,
bad.
"Hold up."
If you were going to the shop that day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Long story
seriously.
short, I don't want to go to that shop anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I straight up like was indirectly yelled at.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
But like, my bad. It was a sick halftime show, you know.
I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, it was that sick.
I
It was.
mean, I enjoyed all
It
the
was.
songs.
I mean, the Super Bowls have been entertaining, like in the past few years. It's not like when that whole Janet Jackson,
That was
Justin
entertaining.
Timberlake.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was entertaining, but after that, Super Bowls became
I
like
remember I wasn't in the room when that happened.
became less entertaining. I remember like watching it with my family, and we all saw that, and it just didn't seem like wait, did that just happen right now? Like,
I just remember hearing everyone going, and then we all walked into the room like, what happened? And they're like, nothing. Go. Like, all right. And then
yeah, I remember seeing it like live, and then just like after that, just Super Bowl. Who'd they have the next year? They had like the Rolling Stones, old ass Rolling Stones, and some shit like
yeah,
that.
they did a bunch of
Yeah,
years.
one of
like,
them was wearing a Confederacy outfit and shit like that.
yeah, they did a bunch of years of just like
It
classic
was like,
rock
what the
after
fuck
that.
is this?
Yeah, because like
Or
like the
was
Who.
it the Rolling Stones who did that?
I know they had the Who. There was the
Yeah.
Prince one, which was
The
epic.
Prince one was good,
Oh man, you can never go wrong with Prince.
but yeah, they had the Who and the Rolling Stones. Like, who the fuck asked for this? This is not even American.
I'm sorry, that was America. This is
I'm
American
sorry.
football.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought this was America. But yeah, shit was crazy. I don't know which year, if it was the Rolling Stones or the Who, but one of them, someone was wearing a Confederacy outfit.
That sounds like something they would the Rolling Stones would do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I was like, man, they're saying whoever said that said something about, yeah, this is about no prejudice or some other stuff. And it's like, what? How are you gonna say this is not about prejudice and stuff when you're wearing a Confederacy outfit?
Maybe they just
He's like, no, that's not what it represents.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
He's just
Like,
like, bro, do you understand? You're fucking British.
like no. It's like we get it. You guys hate America.
Yeah, exactly.
We get it.
Yeah,
we get it.
we get it.
You
You hate
guys
it.
are still a little bitter.
You're gonna
You're still mad.
You're just
You
gonna
lost.
You're just
You
gonna
lost,
bring up
though.
some shit.
Right? It's like the sun used to not set on the British Empire, which actually it still doesn't.
Yeah.
They still own enough property for the sun to have not set on the British Empire yet.
Nice.
Damn.
They're holding on to that, I bet.
Yeah, no, like we can't do it. It's like I think it's like just like one island and like this and I don't know if it's in the Pacific or I think it's the Pacific. Somewhere in the Pacific they have an island and it's like
Like we kind of need this one.
yeah. It's like if we do, then we're gonna have like 20 minutes of like night. It's not.
It's not great.
It doesn't. It's not good for our image. It's not good for branding.
It's not good for the brand, but also like let's be a little honest. It's scary. Nighttime is scary.
So I
We
think
don't want it.
The night is a very dark time for people.
Yeah. They'd never see the light.
Yeah, they just don't want it.
Literally,
That's
and
nuts.
just the sunlight.
Oh gosh. Yeah, 54. Nice.
54,
Ugh.
50 cent.
You know what?
Hanging upside
This
down.
is a good conversation. I think I'm just gonna call it here. There's nothing wrong with a short episode.
Yeah, is it short?
We've gone over the last few episodes.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the short ones.
It's all the rambling.
Yeah, it's always. And this was good little. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming by, Sebi.
Man,
Yeah,
thank you for
definitely.
having me. I'm super down to come back.
Yeah, no, and that's all it is. Just a little chill, fun times. It's going on.
Yeah, it was a good time.
There will be more.
I
And next time we can actually get into the meat of Batman.
yeah, because Jordan
Yeah.
will have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Shit.
yeah, my big
I would
big
literally have to
belief
see
and
it.
like one of the things that like like I'm okay doing the show is like I watch a lot of people on the internet, and a lot of them I find very unlikable. So I'm like, there's no way people aren't gonna watch the show, even if I am unlikable. You watch unlikable people on the internet. It's
Yeah, all
like
the time.
it's half of what you do, and you're still like supporting their work and like
It's
yeah,
more
no,
than half the market,
yeah,
man.
it's like like half the people you like on the internet, you probably also dislike them.
yeah.
It's like
So, some of it's just like I want the cheese man.
And it's like
in
one
this
of-
random person's life.
it's like everyone's like these people are racist, and it's like they're not. And it's like, you know what? But they kind of are though. Like it's like let's be real. Like no, they're probably a little racist.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, like I'm still gonna watch their channel. I'm not gonna unsubscribe.
It's like,
Yeah.
how else am I supposed to know what's going on?
Man, I feel like it takes a lot for people to unsubscribe now,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
It's like, yeah, because it's a big part of your identity when you subscribe. Like I subscribed to a channel on accident today, and I was like, you know what?
That's nuts.
That's fine.
You're like, I'm gonna let them have that one.
Yeah, I've watched the channel before, so I was like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm already in your analytics, dude. Yeah,
Like you're in the algorithm. I can't
Yeah.
avoid you now.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm already getting recommended your channel.
Yeah,
like
even
it's
if
not
you,
like
even if you unsubscribe, it's like you're still gonna see them, motherfucker.
Yeah.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
You gotta like reset it
yeah.
to get things to go away.
So, but again, that was a nice
So much
little
work put in.
random add on about YouTubers.
Yeah,
All right,
subscribe.
All right, so
Point is, you should subscribe
yeah,
to this one.
on that note, like, comment, subscribe. We're all here. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube here on the show, and find us on Instagram, Kind of Late Show. Thank you again. Good night from our guests here,
Peace out.
and everyone, y'all have a good night.